welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria and this is a safe place to comment below. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for any future videos. Today we are going to get into a very interesting topic to me. It is the 4 trauma responses. In this case, we are talking about the responses from narcissistic abuse. However, these trauma responses go right across the board. So if you are not going through narcissistic abuse and you are watching this, just stay tuned. So what is trauma? Well, narcissists, they want control, right? So the narcissists are trying to take control. Trauma is a feeling of loss of control. So there are 4 different ways that we react to this trauma that we have been going through. Number 1, we're going to get into the fight response. So as you may have noticed, narcissists, they go into narcissistic rage and they get anger. They are trying to provoke that anger in you. You may notice that when you get angry or have the fight response, they in turn get calm. And then there you are looking like the one who's angry when really you're just responding. Excuse me if I look down, I'm going to be looking at my notes for you a little bit. Okay, so because we are feeling this fight response, we need to realize what is underneath our anger. What are we trying to hide from our anger? Are we feeling shame? We are feeling pain, fear. Okay, anger always hides what we're really feeling. So if the anger comes up, I just want you to really say, I see this anger. What is it I am trying to hide? What is provoking this? What is my trigger? Finding out what your trigger is to anger is super important. And also, I just want to say to you right now at the beginning is that we need to feel it to heal it. So as you go through all this research of narcissistic abuse and everything you may be going through right now, I just want you to know it's about 20% research and 80% healing. So we need to feel it to heal it, become aware. Number 2, we are going into the flight trauma response. This is what I personally identify with. So if you have a flight response, you may be somebody who is obsessive compulsive. You may need everything perfect. You deal with perfection. You are always on the go, 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 go. So when something happens, you might not get angry and fight back. You may flee the situation. You don't want to be around it. This is how you're avoiding the pain that you could be going through from the trauma. And this is also something that is associated with feeling like you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you can't succeed because you're less than. This is very common with the flight response. So I just want you to ask yourself a few questions. What would it be like if I was okay and loved myself the way I am? What would that feel like? Feel it to heal it. What would it feel like to be happy where I am now, from today in the present on? No matter where I am in life, what would that actually feel like to be happy the way I am? What would life be like if I stopped over analyzing every single little thing in my life? How would that feel? So something really important with all of these, but with flight response, is a compassionate inner dialogue saying, you are kind, you are sweet, you are pretty, you are handsome, you can accomplish anything. You are an amazing person. So a positive inner dialogue and a compassionate inner critic. This is something that would really help. Something else, some tools that you can use are mindful meditation. So staying in one place, maybe fixating on one little thing, no sound around you, and just coming back to the present. So mindful meditation. Another thing that really helps with the flight response is diaphragmatic breathing, which I spoke about in another video. So putting one hand on the chest, One hand under the rib cage, breathing in and breathing out slowly, and making sure that this top hand isn't the hand that's moving. It is the bottom hand that's under the rib cage that is moving. So that's diaphragmatic breathing. That's important to do maybe when you wake up in the morning, 5 diaphragmatic breaths. This you have to practice this stuff a lot to let it sink in. So mindful meditation and diaphragmatic breathing are good for the flight response. We're going to go into the freeze response. So somebody who has the freeze response may associate with social anxiety, because what happens is when you're a child and you go through the freeze trauma response, you hide, you isolate. You just go off to yourself. Say you're a kid who wants to stay in the room. They don't want to associate with too many of their classmates. Well, that's okay. But when you become an adult, having social anxiety becomes a little bit harder. So that's something that is very prevalent with the freeze responses is social anxiety. You may disassociate. You may be someone who spaces out. You may be scared of letting yourself down or letting other people down. You could, with the freeze response, be somebody that's less interested in digging into their childhood trauma. You might not want to do that. You may project the unhealthy inner dialogue that you have. You may project that onto other people in your life. So it's important to be compassionate with yourself as you're learning these trauma responses, compassionate inner dialogue. Just celebrate any successes. Celebrate small successes. Okay, we're going to get into number 4 right now. Number 4 trauma response is called a FAWN response. You might be a highly sensitive person. So in the FAWN response, you may notice that you are a people pleaser. You understand the value of being fair. You may be a doormat to people. You may be overly submissive with your relationships to people. You need to gain that emotional literacy. Understand what it is that's going on with you. It's really important. And you also need to understand, what is it that's so scary? What am I so scared about? And really confront those types of things. Why am I a people pleaser? Why am I so scared of conflict? A lot of people that go through FAWN response have a fear of conflict. So the first thing to realize is what is triggering us in the first place, and making a connection between something that happened in the past and something that's happening in the present. So again, mindful meditation, diaphragmatic breathing. Bring yourself back through the present. And if you identify with, say, 1, 2, 3 of these things, that's okay. The 4 trauma responses, you don't necessarily only have one response. You may go in and out of all 4 responses, but it's good to know what all of them are so that you know when this is happening that, okay, it's time to bring myself to the present. Okay, it's really important. So I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. If it did, please hit like on this video. Don't be shy, comment below. Let me know what you think is going on with you and how you deal with it so we can help other people. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and I wish you all the love in the world.